Okay, I'm going to try number 3 here. The revenue of a comic book store for one day is represented by Rx for revenue minus 2.5x squared plus 25x plus 200, where Rx is the revenue in dollars and X is the cost in dollars of a comic book. What is the maximum revenue possible for the store? Well, as soon as you see that, you know it's a completing the square. So question 3 is a completing the square because you see maximum. So we're just going to complete the square again. Minus 2.5x squared plus 25x plus 200. So we're going to take the minus 2.5 out and get x squared, and then 25 divided by negative 2.5. So 25 divided by negative 2.5, negative 10x. So just the first two and leave the other one. Now 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So I'm going to add and subtract 25. Minus 10x plus 25 minus 25 plus 200. Now I'm going to take the negative 25 out. Minus 2.5, so x squared minus 10x plus 25, and then negative 25 comes out. You guys saying it's like almost the same style question every time? It's either completing the square or the big formula. Okay, now here, this one's not bad. This is x minus 5, so it's half of that or square root of that, sign of the middle, and then this is 2.5 times 25. So you got to be careful here, two negatives. So let's see, negative 25 times negative 2.5 plus 200. 262.50 plus 262.50. So my vertex is 5, 262.50. Okay, what is the maximum revenue possible? Well, the revenue is this one, and that's x. So the maximum revenue is 262.50, and therefore you say therefore the maximum revenue is 262.50. Okay, let's try number 4 out. If you need to pause the video, go for it. Pause it, so if kids need to finish it, then pause it right now. Okay, number 4. The profit of a t-shirt company is modeled by, and I'll write it here, px equals negative 4, x minus 3 squared plus 16. Okay, already in vertex form, a little bit different. So it's already in vertex form. Okay, where x is the number of t-shirts produced in thousands. So x is in thousands, I know. And px is the profit in thousands as well. X and px are both in thousands, so they're both in thousands. First question says just what is the maximum profit? Well, it's already in vertex form. I don't have to do anything. My vertex is 3, 16. This is the profit right here. And this is the t-shirts here. Remember, this is X are the t-shirts. And it's in thousands, so therefore, for A, therefore the maximum profit is 16 is 16,000. So we add 1, 2, 3 zeros. And probably in dollars. I don't think I've added that. Let's take a look at B. In order to make a profit, what is the minimum amount of t-shirts that have to be produced? This is a weird one because it looks like minimum, but this time it's not a min-max question. This is a weird one. This time to make a profit, okay, so it's a little bit different. It's a trick question here. You had your maximum profit here. In order to make a profit, px has to be bigger than 0. Px has to be greater than 0. So we're going to set px equal to 0 in that equation over there and solve it. And when we solve it, you're probably going to get two answers. One's going to be a minimum profit and one's a maximum. This one's a really tricky one. So we're going to make px equal to 0. That's when you get a minimum profit. That's maximum. It opens this way. So what happens is the graph opens this way, and at some point it hits the x-axis here. It hits the x-axis twice. And when it hits the x-axis, this is when it's 0, right? This is when our profit's 0. Okay? And at that point we're going to have the lowest profit when it hits there. So let's take a look. So I'm going to just set it up here. We're just going to set that whole equation. Okay, we're going to set it to 0. Now, what makes this one tough is you got a lot of work because you got to expand this. Right, you have to make it look in the other form, and then I can apply the formula. So I want to use the quadratic formula, but it's got to look like this. It's got to look like ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then I can apply the other formula. So I got to do a ton of work here. And minus 4, I get x squared minus 3x plus 16 equals 0. So I got to do a ton of work to make it look like that form there. X squared minus 6x plus 9 plus 16 equals 0, minus 4x squared. 4 times 6 is 24, and 9 is negative 36, plus 16 equals 0. So I just, first I wrote it twice, and then I did x times that is x squared, x times that is 3x, that times that 3x, and x times negative x is 9. Collected like terms, multiply everything by minus 4, so minus 4. 4 times 6 is 24, 36. And then at the end here I got plus 24x, and I collect these two, which is minus 20, equals 0. Now I can put it into that negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac formula all over 2a. So I plug in minus 24 plus minus square root 24 squared minus 4 times negative 4 times negative 20 all over 2 times a is negative 4. All right, so I just filled in my numbers. A, so negative b plus minus 24 squared b squared minus 4 times negative 4 times negative 20 there. So use my calculator. I'll figure that out. All over negative 8. So you get 24 squared minus 4 bracket negative 4 bracket negative 20. And then here you get 256. You can square root that. Of 256. 16. So we get negative 24 plus minus 16 over negative 8. We get negative 24 plus 16 over negative 8, and negative 24 minus 16 over 8. Now use my calculator. So let's see. Negative 24 plus 16 equals, divide by negative 8, 1. Okay, that's possible. Negative 24 minus 16 equals, divide by negative 8, 5. Okay, so in order for them to make a profit, it has to be between 1 and 5, and I believe it's in thousands. So let's take a look at the question. So they have to be between 1,000, 1,000 and 5,000 t-shirts. So if you read, so B, in order to make a profit, what is the minimum amount? So for B, the minimum amount is 1,000. Let's just put it over here. Amount to make a profit is 1,000. And for C, the The maximum amount is 5,000. If they go over 5,000, they can't make a profit. The maximums have to be between 1,000. So in order to make a profit, not dollars, 1,000, they have to sell between 1,000 and 5,000 t-shirts. If they sell more than 5,000 t-shirts, something goes wrong. They have to pay more employees, so that doesn't work, or the employees get worse. And if they're under 1,000, they can't make the profit. So that's between 1,000 and 5,000. And I'll do the last question in the last video.